Hi everybody, this is Andrea, and this is Andrea's book channel. And today I'm going to do a book tag called, I think it's called Your First Love Scene. And it was created by Paperback Junky. I'll put a link to his video in the description. And we're supposed to describe, talk about the first love scene that you've ever read in a book. So for me, the first love scene that I can remember reading was in a book called Forever by Judy Blume, which may be giving away my age, I don't know. But anyway, I think I was around 6th or 7th grade, I don't remember. And everybody was talking about this book at school. They're like, oh, you gotta read this book, Forever. It's got sex scenes in it. That's what they said, sex scenes. I think it only had one, to tell you the truth. I really don't remember. But people were like, oh, it's on page, whatever page it was. I think I got it out of I either got it out of the library or I borrowed it from a friend or something. So the first thing I did was go to the page where the sex scene was, and I read it. And it was, I don't know, it wasn't that exciting to me, but it was just interesting reading it, like, written down like that, because, I mean, people talked about sex before that, and I had seen some, some dirty magazines, you might say, because people used to just throw them in trash cans, and they just would be piled up in different places behind buildings and stuff. Listen, it was a different time. There was no internet. There was no internet yet, and people just put... And plus, there wasn't a lot... It was before people had to use... My kids never believe this, but when I was growing up, you didn't have to use trash bags in your trash can. You could just take your can... You could just fill your trash can, your house trash can, go outside and dump it into the outside trash can. And people would, take food scraps and stuff and put them in these small little bags, but... Other than that, they usually just threw everything out into the old metal cans, and then the trash man would come. So anyway, when people threw out paper, they would put them out in boxes. And so there'd be, oh man, I'm going into a whole nother subject that I probably shouldn't be going into. But when people wanted to get rid of a bunch of magazines, they'd put them in a box and put it next to the trash. It still went in the trash. There was no recycling. I mean, you could take bottles, glass bottles, to certain places, but that was it. And so, when you're a little kid and you're hanging out with your friends and you see that, you're like, ooh, look at this. You don't know what most of it means or whatever. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. So anyway, it wasn't that big a deal when I read it, and then it was like everybody was reading it. They were like, oh, you gotta see this. I know it was the girls. I don't remember if anybody told the boys or not. Probably not, because it was before girls would... It was at that age where you don't talk to boys about that kind of stuff. So then I read that part of the book. I don't remember where I was probably in my room. And then I started reading the book from the beginning. And it is a really good book. And when I was preparing to do this video, I looked up about the book, and I wanted to see what Judy Blume had to say about it. And she said that she wrote it for... I can't remember if she said she wrote it for her daughter or her niece. I think she said her daughter, but I could be wrong. She said that her daughter, I think, was 14 years old and asked her mom to write a book about two people that have sex and nothing bad happens to them. Like, she said she read books where the two people had teenagers had sex and either someone died or there was an abortion or there was all this shame around it and stuff, and she just wanted a book where it wasn't like that. So Judy Blume wrote this book, and it's about the first time you fall in love and, when you have sex and thinking that person is going to be the person you're with forever, and dealing with those emotions. And she had a pretty healthy, the girl in the story, I want to say her name is Dina. I don't remember. Dean. Anyway, she has a really good relationship with her mother and her grandmother. They talk openly about sex and, you know, what do you call it, protection. Boy, I sound really awkward talking about this. Well, anyway, that is my story. That is my Booktube tag. And I'm going to tag anybody who's watching this. But I also want to specifically tag, I think I'm going to tag Rainbow Skychild, Sir Rainbow Skychild. And I want to say Peter Loves Books, but I don't know if he'll see my tag. But if he does, that'd be great. And I hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.